Twilight, darling, can you please remind me how we ended up here?
Why, we just walked here, ha ha ha. Get it funny. No, but for real now. What do you mean?
What I mean is, why the hell are we here? What purpose does it serve for us to be going to the zoo?
Well, what would you have suggested otherwise? That we maybe meet in front of Canterlot High and just stand there. Again?
You might have a point in that, Twilight, but don't think just because of that I'm with you on this one. Because I, for one, am with Rarity. Why the zoo? Nobody here wanted to even go here. The only one who'd actually like this trip is Fluttershy.
Gotta say, they speaking sense, Twi. Why the fuck did y'all drag us all here when literally only one of us would even get anything out of this? And I did mean to say would, because if you look around you, y'all'd see that Fluttershy ain't even here.
What? But why not? Well, that's easy to explain. She's been banned from this zoo.
She what?
Oh yeah, right. I remember her mentioning something about that so-called unfair treatment she received. So I guess she meant that.
I can only imagine what the hell she did to deserve being banned.
Be glad for that, because I for one know what she did. Or merely tried to do, thankfully. Luckily, a zookeeper noticed her in the otter pen and intervened in time. It was pretty close, though.
I'm not going to ask for further details.
In fact, I will punch anyone here right in the face if they try to continue the story.
Well said, Sunset. Now, Twilight, in all seriousness, why the hell are we here?
The reason for that is very simple. Since Fluttershy is banned from this place, we can spend the day here enjoying our time away from her. And I don't know about you, but I am very much in favor of that.
I don't know. Isn't that kind of mean of us to deliberately go to a place she can't visit just to avoid her?
You might consider it that, but sometimes the right decision isn't always to everyone's liking. And if I really have to choose between accounting for Fluttershy and giving me and my friends some quality time without constantly getting reminded of her one flanderized character trait, I will gladly take the second option.
Y'all might actually be right about that, but I don't know how much weight that statement has coming from any of us. Is any one of us even still more than like one or two jokes that constantly get repeated?
Who said there is one?
Case in point, Rarity. Do you contribute anything else other than those never-stopping French expressions nobody can even properly understand?
Of course I do.
Like what, for example?
Well, I take your question and turn it right back at you. What the fuck are y'all doing that's so unique, aside from refusing to use the word you whenever you can?
Unlike y'all, I got a proper answer for that. I'm the pricky truth teller. I tell everyone why and how they suck as a person. That's my thing.
Oh wow, that's so unique and totally something only you are doing. It's not like we all spend the entirety of any of our sketches doing nothing but that. Endlessly pointing out our flaws and antagonizing each other. Can you all just please shut your fucking faces for 1 minute? I'm sorry, but my head is killing me. I can't stand that ever-present tension between you all today. Can we just quietly walk along this path and look at the animals?
I mean, sure we can. That's kind of what you do when visiting the zoo. Which, I repeat, is what I had in mind from the very beginning. Thank you all for wasting so much time again. It really improved my day.
Just shut up and get going.
You know, Pinkie, not to provoke or anything, but y'all seem a little different today.
Yeah, no shit. I've got a fucking headache that feels like it's bursting my skull. You know, I actually contemplated not coming here out, but I figured I couldn't let my friends down. Some moron I am, huh?
I know what you mean, AJ.
Can't be the first time you ever felt bad when being with us, Pinkie. Usually you're way better at hiding it from us. Would you mind trying a little harder? Rainbow, what? Did I say something wrong? No, it's a fair request. I'll gladly try. The moment you attempted minding your own fucking business! Gee, alright, I'm sorry.
This behavior is really unusual even for someone as mentally handicapped as Pinkie.
I heard that! How am I mentally handicapped?
Well, no offense, but in this cynical world, one simply isn't as frequently neutral as you are. Obviously there is something wrong with you.
Yeah, real perceptive, Sherlock.
Do you by any chance have an idea what might be the cause of this? Because if it is some sort of disease, the last thing we want is for you to infect all of us.
No, I got no clue. That's what's driving me nuts. I just woke up a few days ago feeling like, I don't even know what I felt like. Just like, wrong. Different. Like something was off about me. Or inside me.
Like something was missing or something?
I don't know. The only thing I do know for certain is that with every waking out, my head hurts more and more. The last time I remember not feeling like total shit was when we picked Sunset Shimmer up from jail.
Aha, Sunset. You don't know either what could have happened, do you?
Sorry, Twilight. Well, there was a short instance where I told Pinkie a joke to lighten her mood a little, and then she started glowing with her magic. But suddenly it faded and she mentioned feeling exhausted. It was really strange.
I did? When exactly was that?
After you picked me up from jail, you brought me home, remember?
I don't. I have no memory of this day.
Well, that doesn't sound worrisome in the slightest bit, right, y'all?
What do you mean, no memory? There has to be something there, doesn't it?
I don't know. Maybe it was just the stress of that whole risk situation I was in. We do know that Pinkie is the most empathetic one of us, meaning that she probably was the only one who actually was worried about my well-being.
Sounds accurate, all right.
Maybe it was all just a little too stressy for you, but I'm sure some leisure and relaxation can fix that. So I guess it isn't a complete waste that we're at the zoo. That way, Pinkie might get just the quiet time she needs.
So in other words, Sunset, you just spoke as if this whole visit was your bright idea, when I literally was the reason we even came here. Did you actually just steal my idea?
If you put it that way, Twilight, I suppose I did.
We should have left you in jail, honestly.
Ah, come on, don't be all sulky. Look on the bright side, we still got a whole day's work without Fluttershy. I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna make the most I can of it.
That is indeed a plus that can't be denied. Lusave, reflecting on the description of what happened with Pinkie, it looks kind of familiar, doesn't it?
Familiar?
A magical glowing, then it suddenly vanishes and you feel weak and exhausted. Isn't that exactly what happened during the friendship games?
I see what you mean, but that was just part of the movie. Still, there isn't that much of a stretch between the movies and our real life. Don't forget that we actually got infused with real magic during the shoot of that first one. And the contraption our Twilight had built actually did steal magic. The third movie quite literally wrote itself in the final act.
So are you saying that I'm behind this? That I had to relapse and wanted to become Midnight Sparkle again?
Well, I ain't the one who said it out loud. You yourself know that none of us would be out of the question of doing fucked up shit for some nebulous reasons. We all are horrible people, y'all.
That's true. With the exception of me, of course. I already had my share of horribleness, which I overcame, thankfully.
Oh right, that me becoming Midnight again is so believable at the same time. Fuck you and your overrated redemption arc.
Whoa, I had a nerve there, didn't I? Maybe we're onto something.
Oh, just fuck off.
Calm down, Twilight. You know we're mostly kidding.
But assuming it is in fact a device similar to the one you used when you first came here, then that would explain what Sunset saw. The only thing that needs to be solved is, who is behind this?
Good question. I have no idea.
Who would seek to gain anything by stealing Pinkie's magic? Maybe it was one of those villains from the specials. Juniper Montage? Or that wallflower girl?
I doubt it. They don't have what it takes to be a major villain. Trust me, I would know.
The Dazzlings?
No, they still got that whole fanfic story going on that may or may not have been released by now.
Maybe it was Cinch. Or Gloriosa.
Nah, that's also unlikely. Don't forget, unlike us, they were both just actual actors. They didn't even have anything to do with Canterlot.
But then who?
And more importantly, even, how do we know this wasn't just the beginning?
Oh, man, why did you have to say that? I hadn't even thought of that until now.
It would only make sense, wouldn't it? Why would whoever's behind this only take Pinkie's magic? I mean, Pinkie of all people, why did they not take mine? My magic is way better than stupid laughter magic. It's literally the element of magic.
Are y'all seriously upset that it wasn't you who got robbed?
No, I'm just, well, I'm wondering is all.
Wondering about who to take next.
Again with this distrust.
It's not me, all right? I believe that once your magic is gone, and not 1 second earlier.
Guys, seriously, how can you all be fighting like that when there is some magic-stealing thief on the loose? Aren't you at all worried?
Of course, but it's not like it's up to us what's gonna happen with all this. You and me both know that only Robotus decides how this story plays out, so I don't see a point in wasting time to worry about the inevitable. In the end, everything will be fine. Status quo must always resume in the end, otherwise you can't go on with your series. And if there's one thing Robotus is determined to do, it's to drag out this career as long as possible.
I, for one, wouldn't put too much faith in him. Who knows? This time the villain might actually be out of even his control.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Still, I find this all really alarming.
Oh, shit! What's wrong?
I just realized something! It's villainy 101 to pick off your enemies when they're alone. And even though Pinkie wasn't completely alone, I wasn't enough to spot whoever took her magic.
What are you getting at?
Fluttershy. She's all alone right now, basically a sitting duck, waiting to get caught.
So, where is that our problem? If she loses her magic, she might actually become a little more normal. I mean, everyone knows that her obsession with animals isn't natural. Maybe her magic is what's caused this. I'm willing to take a gamble for that.
Well, I for one am not.
So y'all seriously want to risk getting in the way of that villain to save some fucking Zoophile?
No, I'm getting in the way of that villain to save our fucking Zoophile.
Oh, gee, spare us that cheese.
Plus, I'm not gonna wait and sit idly by while this what's-his-name grows to power. I'll put a stop to that if I can.
Fine, it's not like we care enough to stop you. See ya around.
Good luck, y'all.
Bye, matey.
Bonchance.
Just get out of here already.
Some friends they are, aren't they?
Okay, the coast is clear. See, I told you it would be easy to slip in. The zookeepers can't have their eye on every door all the time. Now let's get going, we still have a lot to do. If I want to prove to my friends that I'm just as normal as all the other weirdos in the alphabet community, I need to find a mate who willingly accepts me.
I'm just gonna ignore the fact that you seriously called them weirdos, while thinking you yourself are perfectly normal. That's a no-go, even for people who would actually fit the definition of normal. Especially for them to be exact. You, I'm not sure, but I'd wager they wouldn't want someone like you associating with them.
Oh, please, you're starting to sound just like my friends. Oh, but it's different when it's with an animal. Two consenting adults are fine, but an animal can't give consent nor say no. That might be the case for them, but they forget that I'm not like them. The bond I share with animals is special, and I honestly can't understand how you don't have my back in this, Angel. I mean, you yourself must know that animals are actually able to say yes. It's just that nobody understands them, except me.
Well, while it is true that with you, technically an animal like me would be able to give consent, I don't think that really matters here.
And why not?
Because you never asked me for consent. You just dragged me in front of that camera and molested me. Do you have any idea how disgusting your human hands felt around my carrot? I don't think you would, but trust me, I never felt less aroused in my entire life.
You're being very unfair right now, Angel. I only did that to get you in the right mood. And while we're at the topic of being unfair, how about the way you treated me? I stripped down for you, exposed myself completely, all for you to take, and you didn't even comment on that. You were the first one I ever showed my boobs, and you just brushed it off.
Oh, wow. Some animal literate you are. Just for your information, in case you haven't noticed, rabbit females don't usually have boobs. Teats at most, and those are something way different than those weird fat bags dangling from your chest. Seriously, do you even have any idea what animals actually like? Or did you just assume that I'd be overtaken by my primitive instincts if presented with a behind to bang?
Come on, you're acting like I tried to rape you.
Oh, so you didn't?
No, it's not like that. Your body did show me that you were enjoying it, so I thought the time was right for the next step. I even was so generous to let you be the dominant one after I got you into position, but then you just pull away before it's even in. What did I do wrong?
Well, how about for starters the fact that you're not a bunny? You can't just assume that only because you have a thing for furry critters. The feeling was mutual. And even though you and me might share something close to a friendship, that doesn't give you the right to just use me as your own personal sex toy. Since you pride yourself so much with your ability to understand us, how come you don't give a shit when an animal actually refuses consent?
Oh, come on, you're just a bunny. Don't get all upset over nothing. It's just the natural order of things. I'm on top of the food chain and you're below me, which means I have the right to do anything I want with you.
If only any of your friends knew what your love for animals actually is. It's not even simply wanting to fuck us. It's nothing less than a megalomaniacal superiority complex. You don't actually love animals. You just love having power over us.
Now that is not at all what this is. Angel, come on. You know I always loved you. And I'm sorry that I misinterpreted our relationship like I did. I falsely believed you were ready for this step, but now I see that you're not. Please accept my apology.
Oh, you manipulative bitch. Of course you would try to turn this around like I am the one at fault here. And worst of all, you wouldn't even need to. Because what the fuck can I do? The only person I could talk to is the same one abusing me. I'm stuck either way.
Well, there's one thing you could do.
Oh dear, here it comes.
How about you lose some of your bigotry?
Excuse me, my bigotry. What the fuck are you saying?
Well, it is pretty zoophobic of you that you don't want to mate with me, just because I'm not a bunny. Racist too.
Oh, of course it is. And don't forget I'm a white bunny. Surely that also has a role to play.
Nice try, but I already mentioned your racism. And I for one find it sad that in the year 2022, zoos like me still need to hide in shame for their unconditional love of animals. And not even those we love give us anything back, except for prejudice and phobia. I'm sick and tired of it. But luckily, as I just recall, I don't need to be upset about your backwards thinking attitude. I know that sooner or later, you'll come around. And until then, I can find someone else who is less picky and stuck up.
Is that why we're in the back area of the wolf's pen? Because of that whole depraved discussion we had, I totally forgot why we were here. Or you, more precisely, since I, once again, didn't have a say whether I wanted you to drag me along or not. You just put me in your bag.
Oh, quit whining. Maybe you'll actually learn a thing or two from those wolves. I've been talking to them from the visitors area for quite some time now, and their alpha has shown a liking of me. He promised me that if I were to come in, he'd make sure his pack won't eat me, and from there on, we could see where it goes.
In other words, you're willing to get yourself possibly mauled and eaten by predators just for the chance of fucking an animal. You know what? Yeah, I have no idea what everyone is complaining about. You are perfectly sane.
Sarcasm doesn't suit you, Angel. It makes you sound like a weasel.
What the fuck does that even mean?
No idea. But as a matter of fact, it's not just the chance of a fuck. The alpha made it very clear that he wants to expand his territory, and I agreed to help him by carrying his cubs. So you see, it's a perfect plan. I go in there, me and the wolf share some quality time together, and we leave again. Simple as that.
Except for that part about the cubs. I do hope you accepted this deal in an attempt to fool him, did you? You don't actually believe that you would be able to give birth to wolf cubs.
Oh, I didn't know you were the expert on wolf reproduction. You simple-minded bigot just need to have some goddamn faith in nature. As a progressive animal lover, my soul has prepared my body for this task. Like Malcolm said, life finds a way.
Oh, fuck no! You don't get to quote Jurassic Park while you're planning to mate with a wolf!
Shit. See what you've done? Now we're getting caught.
Suits you right for coming up with this fucked up plan in the first place. Here, Zookeeper! We're here!
Shut up! Whoa! Oh, it's you. For a moment I was really worried that I'd be in trouble now. You see, the reason I'm in the back area of this wolf's pen is simply because I wanted to speak with the alpha male about some personal issues we had in common. Hey, what's that?
Whoa, we're floating! What's going on?